I didn't have it growing up, so I really want to create an environment that these kids would have no excuses to excel in whatever God created them to do. And if baseball is their sport, we want to give them an opportunity to play.
Go. Look out, look out.
Our title is Hope Leadership Foundation, today's hope for tomorrow's youth. A couple of years ago, kids that were too shy to pray, maybe just raise their hand to accept Jesus, are now leading us in prayers and standing up and memorizing scripture and praying for Nick Huntley and the players that are coming out. That's been the most amazing thing. We're literally starting to see the fruit of this ministry take place right now before our very eyes.
Wanting your kid to go somewhere and get involved in something, this is the best place. It's spiritually sound, friendly, knowing that somebody really care for you and help you reach certain goals that you want and big dreams that you want to get to. So personally, I would have had my kids here in helping out and having them have fun.
Sports in life is a great outlet, and it's a great way to have kids interact with each other. But it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is Jesus Christ. And if those two are intertwined together, I think that's a very, very positive thing.
Hope Leadership Foundation offers many sports, including basketball, football, baseball, tennis, soccer, lacrosse, surfing, and fishing. But each camp has a common goal in mind. It's not just to teach a child the rules of the game and how to play it. It's to develop that child's character. For example, Hope Leadership Foundation will take a child on a boat and teach them how to fish, but then they'll bring them back to the camp and teach them how to be fishers of men.
I went to a couple of their meetings and a couple of their gatherings, and I liked the idea of what they were doing. So I decided to help out with the baseball portion, being a baseball player.
I got a real good friend of Marcus Preciado who told me about some great opportunities, and then a guy I played with, Heath Bell, works a lot with Hope Leadership Foundation. So this is the first time I've been around it, but it's a great organization and something that I'm just proud to be a part of.
When I first met him, just walking into the room, I knew exactly what his vision was. And his vision was to bring hope to these inner city kids and at the same time show them who Jesus is. So just from then on into now, just seeing the process and to see the things that he's done just from the time that I've known him. I can only imagine how when he first started Hope Leadership and to the way it is now, how much it's just developed over time. I haven't known him that long, but in the short amount of time that I've known him, I've seen a lot of great things.
I mean, just seeing him interact with all kids and his energy and passion is amazing. And just the joy he has for these kids and watching them learn and grow about the Lord it's contagious.
The foundation's built a great reputation with the community. They're not there to take, but only to give. And God's provided great volunteers to them who understand that even just by showing up, they're serving the children.
Some of the greatest movements have to do with sports, and sports is a great vehicle to teach biblical principles. I mean, in the New Testament, Paul referred to athletics several times. We're able to take sports and use it to bring in scripture verses, life lessons, and then we're able to bring in these kids role models.
I think it changes lives tremendously. A lot of times these kids have the opportunity to meet professional athletes, and it's not just professional athletes who are good at what they do in their sport, but it's athletes that love the Lord, that have a relationship with Jesus. So we teach discipline and respect. If you ask any of these kids on the last day of these camps, you ask them what they've learned, they'll tell you things that they've learned, and it's awesome to see how they have tremendous changes from the beginning to now. So I think it's an awesome thing.
Hope Leadership Foundation is a combination of two major aspects of our foundation. One is the outreaches, which you see here today, and we do several outreaches, probably up to 20 outreaches a year this year. But then the other side is the academy. And what separates us from the other ministries, I believe, is our comprehensive approach to the whole child. Outreaches for kids 5 to 17 years old, any kid can come. Then our after-school program, which starts in the fall of 2012, is we take first graders, 35 first graders, and we're going to stay with those first graders all the way through college, and we're going to give them tutoring. They're going to get people loving on them, teaching them how to study, how to navigate through this life, even though maybe their father has abandoned them, or even a mom is not necessarily there for them.
They are quickly approaching to be a premier Christian camp in 3 ways. They offer top-notch instructors and coaches, they have a Christian perspective on things, and they're free. But most importantly, they have a desire to intertwine a biblical lifestyle into each sport. Their goal is that each child grows up to be a Christian leader.